And good morning, San Antonio. Welcome to the Happy Handyman Show. I'm Trudy Chook, broadcasting live from Johnny Chook's Home and Hardware. Going to be here for the next hour, and we're going to tackle all kinds of things hardware, because that's who we are. We're a hardware store. We're 11,000 square feet of everything that you need to keep up the maintenance around your house. We've got plumbing, electrical, paint, gardening, and we have so much hardware. If you need a nut, a bolt, a screw, a nail, we've got 48 feet of everything. You can just buy one. You don't have to buy a whole box. You can buy just one. But that's not all we are here. We also have a gift shop, the first 2,500 square feet. It's all dedicated to gift. And so if you have a gift that you need to be getting for someone special, well, come here, because you're going to find something unique here, not something that you find everywhere. And so your gift will be very special. And then we'll wrap it up for you. You can buy a card, and on the way you go. So we are your full service hardware store. We're located at 2361 Northwest Military Highway, which is very easy to find. We're just about 2 miles north of Loop 410. When you go past the light at Lock Hill Selma, you'll see a shopping center on your right hand side, and we're right there. Johnny Chook's Home and Hardware. Now the store will be open till 6:30 today. Monday through Saturday, we're 8 to 6:30. And then on Sunday, we're open 11 to 5. So if you have to work 6 days a week and you need something on a Sunday, we're open here 11 to 5. And I have the people, I tell you, I love to brag on the people that work here. They are all such quality people. Most of them do all their own work at home, whether that be in plumbing or paint or electrical. I mean, I've got some great people here. So if you have a problem and you really just don't know what to do, but you want to tackle it yourself, let me tell you something. Everything is easy if you know how to do it and you have the right product. And that is as simple as it comes. It's not rocket science like a lot of people would like to tell you. So if you do want to tackle it yourself, come on in. We'll walk you through it. We'll get you the right product, and you'll be on your way. All right, so let's see. Oh, and we are live streaming on Facebook right now. But if 9 o'clock is a little early for you for Facebook, then it goes on our YouTube channel, and you can catch that later. And then also on Facebook. But in all honesty, it's so much easier to find it on YouTube. Just put Johnny Chook's Home and Hardware, and all you'll see is the radio shows. And they keep them for a pretty long time, so you can go back and kind of look at stuff. So what's going on right now? Today, I'm going to be showing Retique It. And you say, okay, what's Retique It? It is the easiest way to get a wood finish with a liquid, okay? I'm gonna, on Facebook right now, I'm showing a piece of what it looks like, a piece of paper with a wood look to it. But if y'all were here, you could feel it, and it feels like wood. It feels like, when you buy veneer and you iron it on, that's what this feels like, okay? And it started out as a piece of white paper. And with the Retique It product on it, it looks like wood. And I'm gonna show people how to use it today, ways that you can use it, even if you have wood furniture and you say, well, my furniture is wood, I just want it to look different. Start with the Retique It, and then you can either put a brushed finish on it. In other words, that's just putting on a stain afterwards and brushing through it with like a chip brush. It'll give you a real grainy look. It's really a pretty look, and it's really what's popular right now. Or I can show you how to use a graining tool and go through it if that's what you want. And then, in all honesty, all you have to have is their wooden primer and I'm going to show people how to use it today. So if that's something you would like to play around with, come on in the store today, and we're gonna be playing around with that. And then next weekend is 4th of July weekend. We will be open on Saturday. We are going to close up at 4 on the 4th, so that all my employees can get home and cook hot dogs and shoot fireworks off. And but it's also Maxwell's birthday, and so Maxwell is going to be 13. We had a party last year; it was very popular, and so we're going to have another one this. And there's going to be all kinds of things. We'll have sales going on. Anything with 4th of July will be on sale. Discounts. We're going to let you spin the wheel, whether you buy something or not. You can spin the wheel and win a prize. And then we're going to be giving out pup cups, and there's one of Maxwell's favorites, and so he's giving them out to any puppy that walks in. Your dogs are always welcome here on a leash, and so please come by and check out Max's birthday party, because there will be cake. All right, so let's talk about something that a lot of y'all don't get a chance to see, and that's the National Hardware Show. The National Hardware Show was in March of this year, and I did not go, and I'm going to tell y'all why. Because the National Hardware Show has changed so much since COVID, okay? And I know y'all are always tired of hearing since COVID, and but it changed dramatically then. And I know of a few reasons that it happened. Basically, is money, and so people are not attending the National Hardware Show like they used to. But I went year before last. I went in 2025, and it was a little bit better. I found some things. We actually brought them in, and because that's the whole idea of the National Hardware Show, is that you go out there, because these are inventors that are bringing their product online, to you, to kind of get a feel for, will this fly or not? And I love going, because these people are so passionate. This is their baby. This is like when I talk about Trudy's Headlight Magician. Everything stops when I talk about Trudy's Headlight Magician, because that's my baby, and I want you to know everything about it. Well, the products that they bring out, it's their baby, and they want you to love it as much as they do. So I watched the reviews for this year, 2026, and they had some good ideas. They really did. They had a silicone paint mixer. So most paint mixers that you stick on your drill, they're made out of metal or heavy plastic, and sometimes you can get plastic shavings in your paint because you're pushing them around the side, and this one's silicone. And then just like silicone, when it dries, you could just push it off the silicone. The silicone's clean again. They had things that hook to the side of your battery powered drill that will hold nuts and bolts and stuff like that. They had a bucket called it's called a multi-pail, okay? And for those of you that are watching on Facebook, I'm showing it to you right now. A multi-pail is a pail that is a 5-gallon bucket, okay? That's got a place where you can pour off of one end, and a place that you can use, and when you have paint inside, run your roller over it to pull off any excess paint. If you're not using it for a paint container, this is a great way to use it as a dustpan, and that has all the numbers on the outside, like if you just need liters and gallons, and then it does not have it on the inside. Now, I know they're working on, so we have this, okay? We got it through Do It Best. And it's made in America, and we're looking, I know they're gonna be having lids for these, and they're gonna be having inserts. But it's a great step up for a 5-gallon bucket. It really is. I don't know why I didn't think of that. But the National Hardware Show is a great place to get new ideas. Let me just tell you some of the things that we have gotten from the National Hardware Show. It's when we found Howard's Feed and Wax. Howard's, we did not know about Howard's, and we found it at the National Hardware Show. We found a product that used to be called Dr. X, and then it was called Shoe Fly, and then both of those companies have closed because the owners have decided not to go forward. But then we have Clobber now, and Clobber is made right here in Texas. And what is it? It's a pest control that you can do yourself. It's really amazing. We use it here at the store. I use it at my house. I don't have a pest control company anymore because of how well Clobber does. And it's water-based. You use it inside the house, and you just spray around the base molding in your house, and it will keep out roaches, ants, and scorpions for 90 days. It says 60. I get 90 out of it, but it's an excellent product, and it's safe to use around your children and pets as soon as it's dry. We found tank cleaner. If you've never looked in the tank in your toilet, you'll find usually it's pretty stained just from the water minerals, and those stains will migrate down into the bowl. So if you can keep the tank clean, it makes your job easier for the bowl. They had also a brush that they said was better than pumice. I don't know about that. I know, and they made it in a shape that was round. Now that part was smart because all the pumice that you see, it's all square, and there's nothing in a toilet that's square. But we have, Pummy makes a flexi scour. It's excellent for cleaning. If you don't, you can clean your toilet without any chemicals with that. And it also gets up into the rim. All that, if you get mildew up around the rim, you can clean it off with a flexi scour. Now, one other thing that we found, and then he closed, and I found this, but y'all have not like embraced this like you did with the other product. It's called Tub Grip, and if you have a porcelain tub and you have children, and when they step in it, they slip because they've got soap and bubbles all over everywhere. Soap and porcelain is a slick situation, and so if you have a porcelain tub, you can use Tub Grip, and I have it, and you paint it on the tub. It does not look like anything, it doesn't feel like anything, but it just makes your tub surface slip resistant. Now, I have two kinds. One for porcelain, and now they make one for acrylics, like your Whirlpool tubs and things like that. You could even put it in your hot tub, okay? Although probably the chemicals would help break it down a little bit faster. So what I'm saying is, after all that, I'll be going to the National Hardware Show next year, and hopefully bringing back some new stuff. So let's talk about something right now. Let's talk about what was that we brought back in, and y'all have, I just looked on the shelf, and y'all have really been coming in and getting it. And it is the Revive and the Restore for rust. How many of you've got rusty tools, or you've got rust in an area on your iron fence, and or anything, your furniture outside, your outdoor furniture, and the paint has peeled off, okay, popped off, and now you're getting rust. And if you get rust and you don't take care of it, the rust will just finally take over, okay? So there are products that are really good for that. And this is one that is this chemical company that I found here in Texas, and they do such a good job with things. There is Revive, okay? And what Revive does is it's a spray, so it's like the size of a spray paint can, and it's super convenient because you can spray it on, and this will convert rust to an inert black polymer-based coating, okay? And so it will stop rust in its tracks, and then and it will never rust there again. And you can leave the surface unpainted, or you can paint it. So like your tools, you probably would not want to paint your tools. So you could just spray it with the Revive and they'll never rust there again. Never. It's not something that you have to continue to do. It's something that will just not ever rust, you know? Now, if you have like bigger surfaces, okay, like your furniture and stuff like that, spraying would be very convenient, but they also make a sister product and they called it Restore, okay? And Restore just stops the erosion of rust, just like the Revive, but this one you paint on. And then the Restore gives a little bit different finish. It does the same thing that Revive does. It converts it to a black organic complex that will never rust again. And then a clear acrylic coating is formed, okay? And it looks like you kind of varnished it. Well, you can leave it like that, okay? So if you have black fencing and this turns black, then maybe you don't need to paint it. However, you can paint it, and you can paint it with latex, you can paint it with oil, either one, it doesn't make any difference. And then you have a beautiful finish that will never rust again in that area, okay? So these are two new products that we just brought in. Now, I want to tell you about a product that I got from Morgan's. Now, if y'all are not familiar with Morgan's, Morgan's is the most, is the best rat and mice repellent I have ever had. It is made, it comes in a little container, about 2 inches high and round. It will repel rats and mice for 90 days. Inside, there's little pumice stones, and they are pumped full of different oils that are safe, okay? You're not gonna kill them, you're just going to repel them. And let me tell you folks, the last thing you want is for a rat or a mouse to die and drop down in the wall. Especially, we're getting ready to get some hot weather. I mean, it's right around the corner. And to have to live with that for about 60 days in the heat, the odor is unbelievable. I have things that I can help you with that, but the main thing is you want to repel them. You don't want to kill them. You want them to go away, just go away. And that's what Morgan's is all about. And if you have that problem in your house, then come and ask me and I'll show you how to use it, because I have figured out a way to use this so well, and I want you to have complete success with it. Well, Clyde, and that's Clyde Morgan, he is brilliant, okay, absolutely brilliant. He's always thinking of something new, and he has made a new product, and it's called Pest Chew Deterrent Spray. Okay, so this is a spray, and if you have things like automobiles or let me see what else I want, because I want to tell you exactly, automobiles that you're not using all the time, or maybe areas up in your attic if you've noticed activity and you want to spray it instead of putting out a pumice, this is his new spray. He especially shows it on automotive. How many of you have, maybe you didn't think you had a rat or mice problem until all of a sudden you started having problems with your car? That happened to me. My husband had died. I didn't know that he had bought a 50-pound bag of grass seed, and before you know it, I had brunch going on in my garage. And then they went from the garage, luckily they didn't get in the house, to my car, and I had about $2,500 worth of damage done to my car that I couldn't claim on any kind of insurance. Well, that's what this is for, okay? So you can use it on a lot of things. It will repel squirrels also, and this is what's nice. Clyde wanted to give me some of these. I have 4 of them that I will give away. So if you come into the store today and you say, hey, I heard the show, and you're giving away something from Morgan's that is a pest deterrent spray, I'll give you one, okay? And they're just, I can tell you it will be great. It will work just like what he says, okay? Now, few years back, I came across something called Energizer, and it was a camera that you could just plug into a regular socket, okay, wherever you had a socket. So like on the front porch, like where your front door light is, on the back porch where you had a light there also. You can put it indoors in a lamp as long as it can see, okay? And we were having a problem here, and I felt like if we had some more cameras that would help, and it did. Because this camera, okay, you don't have to have like a special kind of, you don't have to go online and check it out. All you have to do is download their app. When you download the app for this, and then you screw in this bulb, and then you activate the app, it will tell you and push you notices on your phone, okay? And I know what you're gonna say, well, Ring does that. It does. And Google has one too, it does. But this is like $29, and there's no fee. You can do it for 30 days. And if you want to record, you can, they charge for that. But if you don't want to, you don't have to. And this has a microphone on it. So if someone comes up to your door, say you're not there, and someone comes up to the door and wants to leave a package, or you can talk to them and you can say, hi, this is Trudy, I can't come to the door, what do you need? And they will just say, hey, I have a package for you. Or you can see if a package is delivered or not. Or you can see if a package gets taken off your porch. You can see who it is. It's just a really easy way to have security. Okay, do you want a monitor on what is going on at your house? Maybe you take care of a family member that you kind of want to watch what they're doing and make sure everything is okay. They're not to the point to where they can't be left alone. And so, but it would just make it easier on your heart if you could just check in with them on occasion and just see how they're doing, but you let them have the freedom of being able to be alone. Then this Energizer Smart Wi-Fi indoor outdoor camera is amazing. We have them in the store, and they have done so well for us. So if you wanted one on your front porch, you could put it there. If you wanted one in the back, you could put it there. If someone is putting stuff in your garbage can, that happens to me, and then you would like to see who's doing that, you could see it on your camera. All you have to have is a socket, and then your Energizer camera will take care of the rest. It moves, okay? So you can move it with your phone, and it's simple. Oh, and all it requires is your Wi-Fi. It doesn't have to have anything different than just a regular Wi-Fi that you have in your house that you watch TV and stream with. That's it. That's all. It's so great. So if you are having a problem around the house, I'm telling you, come in and check out these Energizer cameras. All right, we're gonna take a real quick break. Let me tell you, you've been listening to this on WOAI, and on Facebook. You've been listening to the Happy Handyman Show. We'll be right back.
Stoppers that goes on the bottom of chairs. Aisle 11? Okay. Thank you.
Hi. Morning, everyone. Know what next week is? 4th of July already, 1 week away, and on a Saturday. How fun is that? So I want to show you a few things that we have here in the store that can make your 4th of July extra fun. Starting with this really pretty little wind spinner. I've shown you the other ones before that were bigger, but this one's small. It has a beautiful sunset scene with an eagle. This would make a great gift. And it is $17.99. So it'll be real pretty to set out at your patio. And we have, of course, flags in our regular hardware section. In the kitchen towels and washcloths, we restocked these really pretty microfiber CJ Bella towels and washcloths that everybody loves. Lots of patriotic fun there. And can't just be 4th of July, but barbecue. Look at the cute little steaks, corn on the cob. How fun would that be, sitting out for your get-togethers this weekend, next weekend, all summer? Yeah. Now you really want to be prepared with apparel. If you guys follow us on Facebook, you've probably already seen these. I just want to give you a reminder how sweet these little girl outfits are. We have them in sizes 2T up to 9 and 10. They're really soft, fun summer dresses, perfect for summer, 4th of July, anytime. Our little t-shirts, so you can get dressed up for the occasion. We've got some nice dresses that are just all year long, but would definitely look cute on 4th of July. So come in and check those out. Find your next favorite outfit at the hardware store. And now for the families who have little ones, kids, anybody just wants to get together and have some fun all week long, all summer long, but especially 4th of July, we have some Mad Libs, we have some trivia cards and educational cards that are fun. This book I love, you guys. It's called H is for Honor. It's an entire military family alphabet. So what a great way to teach your kids, especially any of you who are military families or know someone who is. This would make a really sweet book and a fun way to educate while having fun together. Did I say fun enough times? Okay. Speaking of fun, it is always fun and a pleasure for us to do Stuff the Bus. It is that time of year again for helping this awesome organization gather school supplies for kids in need, and it goes all through the San Antonio area, outside Uvalde, all the small areas. So we have a big bucket up front. If you've seen it before, this will be, I think, our 3rd year doing it. You bring in any school supplies that are on their list. They also need backpacks, headphones. We do have the list here if you need to learn more about it. But we did the shopping for you. If you want to help, but you just don't have the time or the desire to do the shopping, we have these bundles now. Just got them in yesterday. These are, right now, they're $7 because we had some stuff on sale at HEB. But they may go up later on, just depending on, we sell them for whatever we put in it. So it is just doing the shopping for you. Grab a bucket or two, or a bag or two at the register, drop it in the bucket on your way out, and you're good to go. We're gonna do that through July 29th, so you've got plenty of time to do that. Also for 4th of July, next Saturday, we're gonna have a fun, very fun event celebrating Max's birthday. Max is turning 13 this year, and what better fun time to celebrate than on 4th of July weekend with Max. So come on in and check that out. It's going to be from 11 to 3 next Saturday. If you don't already get our emails, send us a message with your email. We'll add it in there and you'll get all the details. Now, we just fully restocked Stonewall Kitchen with a lot of new tasty treats. And these would be great for any time, but especially barbecue season. I mean, there's a lot of tasty stuff. I might buy them all myself right now. So come on in, sign up for our emails, come check out all the new fun stuff that we've got. and fancy pants. I'm running out of time, so you'll have to come shop and see the rest. Back to Trudy.
And welcome back to the Happy Handyman Show on WOAI. I'm Trudy Chuck, and we're going to be here for another half hour to talk about all things hardware. We're located at 2361 Northwest Military Highway, which is super easy to find. And the phone number, I forgot to give out the phone number in the last half hour. It's 210-341-1573. Now, when we come back from the half hour, we always talk trivia. And so, Kale, I didn't even get to ask you what you were going to talk about today, so I'm a little nervous.
Okay, well, we're going to talk a little geography and a little paleontology.
Oh, paleontology.
Yeah, kind of combine the two.
Okay.
San Antonio on average, we're about 600 feet above sea level. But millions of years ago, we were on the shores of a vast inland sea that went all the way from the Gulf all the way up to Canada. And there's evidence of this all over town. Where I grew up, off Fortin and Cherry Ridge, it's all over the ground. You can find tiny little fossil shells, about the size of a pencil eraser. And go up the road a little bit to Chavano Park. Those shells become about marble to quarter size. And farther up still, like say by Blanco, Spring Branch, those fossils are about fist size. Now, what's astonishing is that area is now 1,600 feet above sea level. But millions of years ago, it was underneath about maybe 100, maybe 1,000 feet of water. And that's still happening today. It's still growing, although you'll never see it within a human lifetime. Wow. But evidence of this is all over town. You just have to look on the ground.
You just have to look on the ground. Well, you know, in my yard, I see little stuff all the time. And I thought it was because the people that owned the house before were doing that. So now you're telling me.
No, it's all over town.
It's all over.
Now, towards the east, you don't find them as common because that was more land. But like I said, 410 and Cherry Ridge, that was a location of a huge sandbar. That's why those shells are so small. Because it was like right on the shoreline.
Wow.
So yeah, millions of years ago, most of us were underwater.
Well, at least we're not underwater now.
Yes, this is true.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for that information.
Sure.
That was very good.
Oh, good. I'm glad you liked it.
Okay. All right. See ya. So if y'all want some information, well, I mean, he can give it to you because he's going to be here all day long. But you know what he really does? He's got two things, okay? He really does. I got a 2-for-1 on that one. He was a plumber, okay? And I needed a plumber on the weekends because, in all honesty, that's when things happen for y'all. It happens on the weekend. And so he was great about helping you through like some do-it-yourself kind of plumbing things. I mean, I'm not talking about things that are like, I need to pull up a whole section of pipe. No, this is like to take care of your toilet and sprinkler and things like that. Things that you can tackle yourself. And but he also has really gotten good at lawn and garden. And so if your grass looks really good right now, which my grass has not looked this good in like, I don't know, 7 years when the last time we had that kind of rain, and you want to continue, because this is really, if you just stay on top of your watering, you'll probably keep grass all summer long. Just water when it's your days to water. And then if you have some areas that, like on the edges and stuff like that, go out and hand water it. You can hand water it any time. So, all right, so let me tell you something real quick. I know I kind of touched on it earlier because we were talking about the National Hardware Show, and I talked to you about the inventors and how important their invention is. Okay, I have a product, okay? It's called Trudy's Headlight Magician. If you have hazy headlights, you've seen them, If you don't have them, you've looked, like when you stop at a stoplight and you look to the right and the left and you're wondering, how do those people see out of those headlights? Well, during the daytime, it doesn't make any difference, but at nighttime, it's very dangerous because the beam of light that's trying to come through those lenses gets diffused so bad, and you have to put on your brights to be able to see, and that's not good for anybody else meeting you on the highway. So if you have that problem and you know of someone that has that problem, I've got a real easy answer. And Trudy's Headlight Magician, 20 seconds, okay? This is the only product that I know that can restore and revitalize your headlight, okay, with just a wipe, and that's it. So if that's a problem for you, you can always go out to our website, and right at the top of the banner, when you go out to happyhandyman.com, at the top of the banner, there's a saying, buy Trudy's Headlight Magician. Click here, you click there, it will take you right to the shop site. Or if you're in here in San Antonio, come on in and find me, and I sell them for $20. And it will take care of about 16 headlights because this is a maintenance thing. So you do it every couple of months to clean. All right. I had some great questions this week. A lot of times people say, how do you think of things to talk about all the time? It's easy. It's easy because we have people come in and they have these very unique problems, and so we help them here and find an answer for them. And so I just want to share some of these questions that we had. So maybe if it's a problem for you, this will be the answer for you. All right, so I had a lady that came in and she says, Trudy, my floor tile does not shine anymore. And I said, okay, let me ask a couple of questions. Do you have something on it that needs to come off? So is there a wax on it? Is there some kind of other cleaner that you put on it? And she goes, no, I haven't put anything on it. It's just old. Old, I understand. Okay, so I said, okay, I know a product, it's called Quick Shine, that you just mop on the surface. I mean, I always recommend to use a clean microfiber mop, a mop head that you have not used for anything else. And I mean, I know that you say, well, I rinsed it all out. Doesn't make any difference. You want to use a clean microfiber mop head, and you just squirt Quick Shine on. This is one of those things that we found at the National Hardware Show. I won't forget that day. I mean, my dad had drugged me around to the National Hardware Show. I was so tired I couldn't see straight. But Dad got revitalized by these things. I mean, he would go all day long and then some. And you have to remember, Daddy was 24 years older than I was. And this lady had asked him about this product that she had seen that would make her floor shine. And we were walking, he goes, there it is. And I said, I'm like going, what now? You know, it was Quick Shine. And Quick Shine, they had put it on every surface there. And Quick Shine will give you an immediate shine to a floor, okay? I recommend it on floors. I don't recommend it on other surfaces like Formica or stuff like that. But on your floor, you can put it on tile. You can put it on vinyl plank. You can put it on laminate. I use it on laminate on mine. You can use it on actual hardwood. It has a very pleasant fragrance to it, and it's so easy to use. You just mop it on and let it dry. The only thing you have to make sure is that you do not step on it while it's drying, or you don't have a puppy dog walk across it while it's drying, because if you do, it will cloud in those spots. So I had this house that was older. It had old parquet flooring, and the people had not taken care of it. And so I wanted to keep the parquet floor because I'd never gotten to have a house with wood flooring. And so my dad gave me a bottle of the Quick Shine. He says, try it and see if it works. And so I put every night after my girls would go to bed, I go downstairs and put a coat of Quick Shine on the floor. And by Friday, hi Karen, it's good to see you. Karen is saying hi to me on Facebook. And I put a coat on there. And then the next day I went, wow, that looks pretty good. I wonder what 2 coats looks like. So I put a second coat and a third coat and a fourth coat. And by the time that Friday got there, I had 5 coats of Quick Shine on my floor. And that floor looked like it had been refinished. That's how good it looked. And you want to know the nice part about Quick Shine? You never have to strip it off. And that's the problem with wax. Wax looks great too, but you have to strip it off after a while because you can't keep reapplying it. And Quick Shine, it just walks off. And yes, you will only get like dull areas in like where people walk all the time, and by the closet it'll still be shiny. You don't have to worry about that. You just put it on and it all melts into each other again. So if you have a floor that doesn't shine anymore and you want it to shine, because shine looks clean, okay, and tells people you've taken care of the floor, try the Quick Shine. And now I had a person that came in because people are painting furniture, okay, and we carry a line of chalk paint, and it's good, it's really good, but the more I have worked with chalk paint, the more I have realized that regular paint does the same thing. And if you will prime before you do things, you do not have to use a chalk paint, okay? Because chalk paint is notoriously more expensive, and you can only get it in certain colors. And if you will just prime before you start your project, you can get any color in the world. And I'm telling you, you won't have to put a wax on it like you have to do chalk paint. It would just be a beautiful finish. So I had a couple that came in and they were wanting to redo a chest of drawers. And she said, they're so old. They have these, the main part of it's all wood. She said, but on the drawers and on the doors, there's these big plastic pieces. I get that. I had furniture like that. And that plastic part, it looks like it's wood, but it's not. You have a couple of choices. You can pop them off. Usually they'll pop off. But then you have to be a little more careful about sanding and stuff like that. I suggested leave them on. Let's prime them. And prime them with a product called Sticks. Sticks got that name because it sticks on everything. On the picture on the front of the paint, it shows it sticking on ceramic tile. That's unbelievable, because you know that ceramic tile, it's got a glaze on it, and that's going to resist any kind of paint long term, okay? But Sticks takes a grip, and then you can paint with anything. So I suggested, so if this is your project, okay, this is what I suggest. Clean the project first with like crud cutter, or you could use paint thinner on a rag, okay? It will not remove the finish, not the varnish or anything like that. And then I would scuff sand it, just a little, okay? That doesn't mean you get out the power sander and go down to the bare wood. No, just scuff sand it, just enough to take the shine off. And then you can use your primer, like Sticks, and put it on everything. Now you can't scuff sand the plastic. In lies the reason we're using the Sticks, because it's gonna grip onto that. And then you can use any paint you want. So I always recommend Advance, made by Benjamin Moore. It's an amazing product, and you can get it in a satin, you can get it in a high gloss, and I think you can get it in a matte. And so you can get any finish that you want, and then you can pick any color that you want, because we can mix any color. So you're not stuck picking from what the chalk paint inventor says is popular. You can pick your own color and make that popular for you, okay? Now, another lady came in and she was wanting to paint the brick around her fireplace. And I nailed down, okay, you don't, okay, we're not talking about the inside of the fireplace, right? We're talking about the outside of the fireplace. And she said yes. So again, I recommend a primer, okay? I did the same thing to my fireplace because the rock, my house is old that I bought. It's new to me, but it was built in like the 1980s. And so what was popular in the 1980s, it's not that popular now. And so the stone on my fireplace was kind of a golden kind of hue, and I just wanted it to look white and clean. And so all I did was I just used a primer and I painted over it, and it has held up very well. There's nothing that pops on it. You don't have to use a masonry paint on that. You just need to use a primer, and it will stick, because that's what primers do. They stick on areas that have like a difficult to stick areas, like vinyl or okay, the rock or brick or the plastic on a furniture. You just need to get the right primer. That's everything. And primer goes on real easy. I mean, and I was happy with the white color of the primer. But if you didn't, you prime it first. And I used what used to be called Grip and Seal. Now they call it Aqualock. And it blocks household stains. It didn't have a stain. It had a color, and it blocked that color. It's water-based. So I love that part because I don't have to worry about any odors from oil or cleaning up oil or getting it on my wood floor. I have wood floors in the new house, and it has great adhesion. It takes a tooth into whatever you are painting, okay? And then you just paint it. And then if you want to paint it a different color, you can use any paint you want to. You can use Regal, you can use Ben, anything you want. It's a primer and a sealer, okay? Then I had a person that asked me about odor coming from a disposal, okay? So first of all, I said, are you having any problem with gnats there? And they said, yes, we do. I said, okay, well, you're gonna need to take care of that first, and then we'll take care of the odor. And so they got rid of the gnats with a product from Green Gobbler, and that took care of that. Then we took care of the odor. There's several things that you can use, okay? CLR makes a foaming garbage disposal pod, okay? And it foams up and it does all kinds of things, okay? And you get probably 5 pods in this. It does a good job, okay? And then Glisten makes a garbage disposal pod also. This is, it kind of is like a bleach alternative. It's made by Plink, P-L-I-N-K. And this one, talk about foaming action. This is like huge. It's like a volcano that erupts in your disposal. And it does a good job, okay? It's going to look blue. But my favorite is Instant Power Disposal and Drain Cleaner. Okay, this one is it's got 8 treatments that you can do to your disposal And how you use it is you shake it well, you turn off the disposal in the water, you pour 4 ounces of Instant Power in, you cover your disposal, and then you turn it on for a couple of seconds, and then don't flush it, and then allow it to remain overnight. So this is gonna be kind of like one of those things where you tell everybody in the house the kitchen is closed until tomorrow morning. And then let this work overnight. And I love when it says guaranteed or free. Instant Power makes a couple of things. They also make a tank cleaner that I talked to you about earlier. They guarantee it or it's free. I've never had anybody bring it back, never. And it's got this fresh lemony smell that is just, it's really nice. It's not overdone, and it will clean your disposal and get out all the gunk on the sides of the disposal that cause the odor and cause the drain flies and the gnats and things like that, and it will clean. But you have to remember to leave it to work overnight, okay? So that's just something that it will work really well. Then I had a person come in and they said that they had a rental house and the people that were leaving had not taken care of the bathroom tile and grout. So in the shower, he says, I don't know how they took a shower in there because he called it mold. The mold is unbelievable. And I said, okay, it's probably not mold, it's mildew. And it can look terrible, okay? But there is a product that you can use on this. And then he said the tile looked dull and it kind of yellowy. And he says it's a white tile, but then in certain areas it looks yellow. And I said that is soap scum and hard water that build up on top of each other. They haven't cleaned. So I said, let's take care of that first. So the best product to clean hard water and soap scum is Delete Germ. Delete Germ is a toilet bowl cleaner that you can use on tile, on glass, okay? And it will take all that off. You put it on, you clean immediately, you rinse. And then you use Zep Mold and Mildew Stain Remover, spray it on, let it air dry, your problem will be gone. Okay, I hear the music now, do you? Okay, let me tell you where we're located. 2361 Northwest Military Highway. The phone number is 210-341-1573. And that's it for this week, folks. It's time for you to roll up your sleeves and get busy on some of these projects we've been talking about. But by all means, you remember one thing, it will always be a great day to paint. See you next week.